Well, hello, fellow traveler. Come on in, sit for a spell. This is a very special message for a very special collective that's really dear to my heart, and that is all of the supporters of the channel, those who are members, those who have made donations to support abroad in this work. I just really want to show my appreciation. Thank you for all of the decks you've donated to the channel and the many ways that you inspire me to keep going. This bonus read is for you. It's my way of saying thank you for pouring into me. I want to give a little something extra for all of you, for giving me a little boost and giving me the fuel for my fire when it starts to run a little low. You guys keep me going, and I want you to know how much I value your presence here. I got some really cool stuff, special stuff planned for the channel this year. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, okay? I am bringing in a lot of new things, a new flow, a new way of doing things. I hope you dig it. I hope you appreciate it. I'm doing a lot of getting things back to the roots and my initial inspiration with this channel that I did sort of journey away from for a while. I went on some side quest adventures, but I mean, sometimes you need to do that. And when I came to YouTube, this was brand new for me. I never even envisioned myself ever getting on video for anything, not even a home video. Like, I've always had like an aversion to that, and I was extremely shy with it when I first started. I felt a lot of self-consciousness around that, and now I'm just like, whatever, it is what it is. Here I am. I have messages I need to deliver, and however I'm viewed is how I'm viewed. That's not what's really important, really. And that may sound strange to some people, but for me, it's really true. What's important to me is that I just deliver the message, whatever the message is. So thank you for being here with me, and for being patient with me while I deal with crazy things like tech slowdowns and things I can't avoid, and also, time I need to pour into myself and restore myself, because there's times when I do need to take a moment. The energies have been really big, and there's been heavy energy out there for a minute now, but it's really ramped up. But I saw a hint of the Four of Wands there, so it looks like there's some sweet alignment coming in here, some beautiful arrival point for this collective. And so let's see what this is about. I'm just getting whatever message you all need to receive right now. Let's just open ourselves up to this adventure, whatever wants to come through. What do the wonderful supporters of this channel need to know at this time? Spirit, what message do you have for them about what's up ahead? Ooh, bottom of the deck. Enjoy your rest while you can, because you're about to be called to action. That's what I got, okay? There's going to be a reason to rise and shine, collective. So let's see what this is coming through for all of you. Ooh, well, you're bringing your fire forward. Okay, this is interesting to me. I normally don't get this when I look at this card, but I'm really picking this up here. I feel like there's something you've retrieved from Dreamtime. You may have been doing a little journeying work recently. You may work with some of these spiritual practices where you have more of a shamanistic approach to your healing. You may feel really connected to the earth, very empowered by the earth. I'm picking up like strong connection to trees, tree medicine. You find a lot of your empowerment, your strength, your grounding, but also activation of your will when you're in the forest. I also got this piece that some of you feel really drawn to the desert. And there's something about that, about being able to see the life that's teeming in the desert, even though it appears that there's very harsh, stark circumstances there. There's still so much that's teeming with life. You may be doing a little bit of this sort of like vision questing kind of energy, going to natural spots to make connection with a more kind of primal power. But there is this quality of like pulling something from the dream space, the meditative space, the journeying space, and it's something that you're ready to actualize, something you're ready to really embody, but also bring forward into material reality. So this has like some alchemy work in connection with it. And I do see there's like this combative energy here, this energy that feels more like it's it feels more like it's kind of on the periphery. And you might be looking at this more with this sense of curiosity, like what's all the hustle and bustle about over there? What is this energy that's stirred up? You might have been spying something in the energetic field. You're like, what is this disturbance here? What is this? And you've gotten some information here that's let you know what you need to do, maybe to effectively deal with this. It feels a little bit like an intrusive energy, just something that is, yeah, creating some kind of, it's coming through as like a toxic load on the energy body, maybe even something that's making you feel like a little weighed down, a little tired, and you're being highlighted to this so that you can clear this energy out. And as soon as you do, you'll notice that you get this like resurgence of power coming in. You'll feel a lot freeing up in the solar plexus in Manipura. This is your solar center. It's your power center. It's your power generator. So I think you picked up something here. You've noticed where something is creating a little bit of, you know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of kind of like a scrambling energy. You're like, that's not my energy signature. What's that? There's like something that's been scrambling your energy, but you're picking it up. And because you're able to pick it up, there's something you're going to be effectively able to clear out here. There's some kind of action you're going to take. And this action will return you to a state of power and vitality. And it also makes it possible for you to manifest some new beginnings you're wanting to see in your life. You may have felt like some of your manifestations have been held up or a little slow in coming. Or you might not have even been sure, like, what is creating this sort of like drag in my energy, or why are things taking so long to come into alignment? It's because of something you're spying here. If you haven't done this yet, I feel like it would be good for you to drop into your power place. It feels like it's somewhere in nature where you really are able to connect with your internal fire. This is a place that helps to activate your will. It's a place that helps you tap into your visions. You always feel more rooted, but not just rooted when you're there. It's not just about grounding. It also helps you expand into elevation. This may even be like, I don't know why, but I'm seeing a wooded area that's on like a mountaintop. Okay. So fire sign energy coming through very strongly here, needing to take an action to clear out something that is creating a toxic load, a toxic energetic load. It's coming through as a burden, and it's putting the load on your shoulders. It's making something more laborious than it needs to be. Okay? But I feel like you're really close to resolving this. This may be something that you've been grokking for a while, studying for a while. Whatever you're about to do, it's going to hit the mark. And I feel like whatever you do here, it does allow a manifestation to come through. There's something that you've been really wanting to get rooted in your material reality for a while. And it may even have something to do with some kind of material progress. Right? I also can see this as just, somebody is really working with alchemy, Somebody's really in their, weird ass mystical shit, They're definitely on that time, and they're working with something here. And they've tried many different avenues to bring this manifestation into material reality. And something keeps kind of getting caught up in this scrambling energy. That's what it feels like. Caught up in a scrambling energy that potentially is being created by not just one source, but it's sort of like a conglomeration of many different sources. It's got that quality. It's like many different energies kind of converging at one point, and it creates this scrambling energy. It's the way it's interfacing with the energy that you're putting out there that's creating some kind of I don't want to call it a misfire, because it's not a misfire. Like, your energy feels really solid. Your energy feels very much embodied, right? It's just, you've been noticing, it's like, why is this so hard for me to achieve this? Like, this normally is not so difficult. But whatever you're spying here, right? Some of you may even be doing something like remote viewing, you know, you may be really tapping into your visionary awareness to suss this out. Now, initially, you might have been looking at this from more of an angle of practicalities, okay? You know, what are the little details, you know, that are getting in the way? And I always recommend that with alchemy work. You know, do the practical things first. Take the practical actions first. But if you try doing that and you notice that it's not really making a difference and it's not freeing up the energy, then, you know, most of the time, in fact, all of the time, really, what's drawn down from the ether is what starts any kind of manifestation cycle. So anytime we come across blockages or places where our energy really feels like bound up, it's something that got distorted somehow when it was drawing down from the ether, and it merged with the air into the thoughts, into the initial vision, the inception point, and then it merged with the fire. And well, if the thought or the inspiration wasn't put into action through the will and a sense of purpose, then that can start to create blockages. That can start to sort of cause that energy to morph. It can cause it to get scrambled, right? It never has a chance to merge with the water and that alchemical point where you're now nurturing this vision, you're pouring into it, you're actually allowing the flow to move into the sphere of what will give the earth what it needs to root the vision so it can grow and make manifest. So I don't know why it's coming through like this, but this really feels like something that you desire, something that you dream of, something you've been wanting to call in. And I do feel like there's been some hard work that you put into this, trying to fulfill this deep desire to see this come through for you. And you're feeling very burdened, and yet you also feel very self-determined too. You're not willing to just drop this. You're not willing to let it go. You know it's a calling. If you don't feel like this yet, you may have been dealing with a lot of challenges, and you may not know why, but you're about to receive your calling, and then you're going to understand why it's been so difficult. You're going to start to understand how every single one of these things that has served as a blockage on your path has been there to strengthen you, strengthen your resolve, strengthen your determination, awaken the grit within you. Just the sheer grit and determination. The Holy Grail. That's what I got. The Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. Grit, grime, and oil. It's like, you know, the byproducts of mechanics, you know, when they're working on the undercarriage there. It's like you're getting to see the mechanics of something. And you're seeing what's coming through, the grit, grime, and the oil. And this is what's balancing something out. And it's like giving you an infusion of power. And this is what's making an action very clear. You finally understand what needs to be done to clear out what's been scrambling the signal. And it's like pay dirt, you strike gold. That's what I got. It manifests. This is a manifestation coming through. Look at this. Look for restorative energy to start to pour in through you. This is the waterway opening up for you. It's a very intuitive flow. And if you give yourself over to it, you're going to find you're just carried right into the full recognition of your vision. You're going to see it. And it's as simple as just giving over to this flow. This is a very activating force. Look at this. Wow. And it is a medic. It is a medic. It's going to say it is a moment of hermetic synergy because we have masculine, feminine here. So this is where the creative power that was generated to call in this manifestation finally finds the pathway of expression. And that's why it is able to get rooted in material reality. But it may be like the remedy that you're discovering here in what needs to be done to alleviate the scrambling of the signal. It's from some kind of energy that's on the periphery here. Medic came through for a reason. Like, something needs a little resuscitation, something needs a little attention, something needs to be remedied through some kind of medicinal application. I will pull out one of the herbal astrology oracles in relation to this. So you may have been kind of like taking a little step back from something you've been trying to call in, and you're like, I don't know, man. I've been working really hard. I've been investing a lot of energy. I think I've thrown everything but the kitchen sink at this. And still, it's like, it's not quite there yet. But you're about to really understand what you need to invest in to drive this home. That's what I feel. Now we got strong earth energy here coming in. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yes, there's been a lot of delays and separations. And this is something that almost like betrayed your heart. Like it felt like a betrayal to your heart, because I do feel when you answered this call to bring in this manifestation, this is some wish you have. This is some deeply held desire. You may even feel it's a spiritual calling. Like, hey, I answered the call. I got my mission and I did my part. But what is this? What's going on here? Okay, so you may have really been feeling like there was something that was lost in translation there. Like, did I hear right? I thought I did what I was supposed to do, but you're going to see. You're going to see as the road opens up for you, and a vision that you once had in a meditation, in a dream, in a lucid moment, you're going to see it appear in your material reality. And you're going to recognize in that moment, oh my God, I have the whole world in my hands. This is really coming to a place of recognition that not only did you hear the guidance, but you are a conduit. You are a conduit for that force, and the ability to actually call something in from that place of possibility and make it a tangible reality. This is beautiful. It has everything to do with some kind of action you're taking, though. And you're fusing together what was at one point separated. I don't know why. It almost like gives me the impression like doing some kind of like, it does have the sense of like something got frayed or something got severed. There's like this fusion that's happening here. This word fusion has been coming in for me over the past few days. You're absolutely initiating into a mystery with this. And this is really going to be potently forward for you as you enter into this new lunar cycle coming in with the Capricorn new moon on Sunday. And this is going to lead you up to a moment of really seeing the first signs of your manifestation coming through, what you set in motion here in material reality by the time you arrive at that Leo full moon on the 1st of February. It also comes in at the time of Imbolc, the first milk. Okay, so there's something here about the birth of something new. You're retrieving your fire. You're retrieving your fire. You're retrieving your fire from breed. You're retrieving the creative fire, the awaken, the inspiration. It's like a fire in your belly. Something's about to really light you up. Once you clear out the scrambling energy, suddenly you know what you need to do. Just the proper measure to stir the pot in just the right way. Add just a pinch of this, just a dash of that. You're going to find the missing elements, and then it's like, eureka, you strike gold. And it has something to do with fusing together the masculine, the feminine, the active, the receptive, working with hermetic principles here. And I see the transmutation point. It is a spiritual initiation, though. You've been working on this for a while. And what was concealed, a pathway that's been concealed, is about to reveal. And maybe even the avenue of expression to bring through this manifestation is seemed really elusive. And suddenly it's going to be so crystal clear. But I do feel like you're getting something that's coming through in sort of like this liminal, dreamy space. It's a bit of the energy of Neptune in Aries here. You know, it's pulling your fire forward through a very kind of dreamy experience. It's the ability to actually pull a dream out of the field of potentiality and make it a reality. What you're needing for this is coming in. It's some key, some essential ingredient here. And it's really going to lighten your load. Do you see? Because you had this 10 of Wands here. It's been very heavy. But you end up here with the 2 and nothing but openness before you and nothing weighing you down. And it's like full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. And this isn't something like, oh, I have a feeling things have really shifted. No, like this is something you can see, feel, and touch. It is here. It is evident and it is manifest. 22 on the clock. Double fours. Double fours, 8. It is the activation point. This is something that is manifestation. You pulled a dream out of the void, and this is blowing your consciousness wide open. It's an activating moment. Do be aware that as this happens, what's false will fall. It's necessary. There might be some degree of sacrifice in order to bring this in. And that simply can be just like sacrifice of an old perception, an old way of viewing something, but this is your wish fulfillment. This is it. It's happening. Wow. Look at that. Open road, the Fool. So you're definitely working with the real enterprising energies of that Neptune in Aries. You're working with that adventurous spirit and like, okay, I need to push it a little further. I need to go off the edge just a little bit. Okay, I'll take that leap. I'll throw a little caution to the wind. I'm optimistic. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, I love this. This is cool energy. So brand new chapter opening up for you. And it kicks off with the recognition that yes, something you once lost has been regained. This can be a power you feel you lost is now reclaimed. This can be a magic you once felt you lost has been regained. This is something coming in that is bringing you to this point of self-actualization, awakening your creative power within you. And you are finally seeing a dream, a vision, something that was shown to you long ago that you about gave up hope on because you're like, what? I answered the call. I did everything I was supposed to do. I haven't seen anything come through. What's going on here? Suddenly it's here. And I really feel like you have to be ready to step on that road. You saw it at one point, and now the path is here. beautiful energy, man. Let's do a cut the deck on this and see what we got. And then I'll get a little magic for you to work with from the Herbal Astrology Oracle in relation to this. Look at this. Wow. Like I said, Eureka. You found it. You struck gold here. So this is really graduating a particular spiritual lesson. This is very personal to you. And wow, you're just like so radiant. You're so radiant in this growth. You're so prosperous in this growth. You're so beautiful in this growth. You're so dashing in this growth. It's got a really good, solid energy to it. It's almost got like Midas touch energy. Everything you touch with intention alchemizes. Ooh, I got chills. Look at that. Now that is really holding your power and wielding it wisely. Ace of Wands. Oh yes, you see? And look at how the power grows. Look at that. It starts out a wand, it becomes a staff. Proper walking staff, proper staff to tie a knapsack on so you can make that journey of the Fool, you know? Proper staff like the Hermit uses to make its way up to the North Node. This is the road opening on a very significant adventure. The journey of the Fool, man. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's get you some medicine for the road ahead. What do you need to pull from? What magics do you need to carry with you? What do you need to tuck in your mojo bag as you make your way down this road that's opening up before you? Bottom of the deck. There is something that's coming to a close. But see, as one thing comes to a close with Angel Trumpet, there's a lot you learned moving through the territory of Scorpio there. Look at this hinted there. Isn't this funny? What is that? We have Uranus and Jupiter hanging out back here. I think this has something to do with path opening up for you. The Magician. Ooh. Yes, you're stepping into a new level of power, and it's bringing all kinds of gifts and the opening of a brand new cycle of transformation for you. There's 2 roses here for you too. Unexpected blessings coming through. All right, we're on that wizard time for sure now. There's a lot of magic weaving here. You did have to sort of integrate an experience. It's got a little bit of like Lokian path energy. So there was like a tricky energy to navigate. I think it's this scrambling energy that this is where you're at right now. There's something you're preparing to transform here. You're working with the energy of Mars and Pluto. So you may want to look at where you have your Mars and Pluto placements in your chart. What house are they in? What sign are they in? This is like your point of transmutation where something does need to go through a metamorphosis so it can release and it can create a quality of renewal for moving forward. But you are getting a key that opens up a treasure chest. And whatever you're discovering here, it does activate your manifestation abilities. It gives you a lot of clarity. And it opens up a path to a portal of transformation. And I really feel like this is something that's going to continue to brew until the lead up to the Ring of Fire in Aquarius on the 17th of February. Once you step through that gateway, I feel like that is the point of the Fool, that Ring of Fire. It's a whole different reality. I really feel like life as you've known it is going through a radical transformation here. We already have initiation signaled here by the bat. Bat is initiation and rebirth. So you may be moving through unknown territory. There may be stuff that comes through just like last little remnants of shadowy energies, but you have a different sight that's awakening within you. You're able to pick up things in an almost like sonar sort of way, you know. You don't even need the physical sight. You're seeing with a different kind of sight. It's something that you're grokking in a different way here. And it feels like the way you're reading energy that you're picking up, this like scrambling influence. And there's something about that and your way of locating that you're getting the coordinates you need and the understanding of what element needs to be brought in to affect transformation in this energy. And whatever you're doing here, it's hitting the mark. Again, it's very personal. Y'all are definitely working with your creative power here, however you work with it, okay? Whether you do that through spiritual workings, whether you do that through prayer, whether you do that through meditation, visualization, whether you do that through your art, something you're creating. If you're an artist, you know that there's a line that's completely blurred between art and divinity. They're pretty much one and the same. You know, that's when you're taking something that is a little ethereal and you're able to give it a form, give it a sense of expression through your medium of art. You may not realize that you have mediumship. Your mediumship is your art. Oh, so beautiful. And there's also this like beautiful gentleness that's coming in here with the deer medicine, and it's coming in with this new moon. I think where you've been dealing with blockages and things being challenging and feeling overwhelmed, there's more gentle experiences coming in here that are really cultivating a sense of inner peace within you. And you really are coming into that alignment, that kind of like sun-moon synergy. And you're starting to see the first rays of the new potential rising up out of the earth that came in recently on a download. A lot of solar energy here. So I know there's a quickening coming in here. I also know that there's like masculine, very forward. Some of you may favor more goddess energy, more feminine energy, and there might be something coming through here about working with masculine a little bit more for this activating influence. I got Kernunos coming through. More of the like Lord of the Wild Wood kind of energy. This is a very like raw, primal, kind of masculine divinity sort of energy. And it's very much in harmony with the High Priestess. You see, it's like merging the masculine and the feminine, the creative force and the avenue for its expression. And I do feel it's like this hunt is going to the next stage. And there's like this rainbow bridge of transformation that's opening up here. And where you used to chase your fears when you first went down that rabbit hole, now the rabbit is following you because it wants to see what magic is on offer. It wants to see what's going to come through. And right here, look at this, you have a drinking horn. So I know you're going to get where you want to go. And when you get there, it's like raising up the horns to toast and celebrate a campaign, hard earned, and something that has been quite an adventure, quite a journey of transformation. It's also something that really brings through the healing of the cauldron of Dagda, and something that's an inexhaustible source of replenishment, renewal, and something that just fills you to the brim, but fills you so much that it has you wanting to share that with others too. So there's something really beautiful happening here. Really beautiful. And I think it's because, look, burning down the house, it reminds me of that song, Talking Heads. Yeah, there's something here that it's like, it's time to burn that down. It's time to bring down the towers. It's time to live that dream that wants to roam wild and free and see all that it can be. And this is you exploring those very wild, feral parts of yourself. It's like, yes, this is my path of adventure and purpose. And I see you're being guided there in a beautiful way. And there's like this indication of all these star mates that you're linking up with, syncing up with, who are coming along for the ride. And it's bringing so much radiance into your life. Ooh, beautiful. So I like the kind of the dichotomy of that, where it's like, well, on the threshold of death, but here is the dawn already arriving on the scene. And it's really just not allowing yourself to be distracted by the shadows, but continuing to just build this radiance. And there's something about this quality of radiance starting to filter into your reality more and more as you edge up to that Leo full moon on the 1st of February and everything it kicks off there. What a journey of transformation. Let's go ahead and do a cut of the deck to cap this off. What a journey of transformation. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh yes, this is very spontaneous energy. This is energy that communicates through absurdity. This is energy that is so random and yet so poignant. It's like, you know, something else is steering the wheel here, and this is a vision that is about to rock you to your core in the best way. It's very activating, and it absolutely is the cauldron of Dagda here. There's healing, there's transformation, there's discovering what the true treasure is at the end of that rainbow too. So this is really beautiful energy here. Love to see this. And look at that. Initiation into the sweetness of life, into the exaltation of your heart. It's going to come as such a surprise, the sweet delights that Venus has in store for you. I have to tell you, but you are being cracked open here. And there's something that is revealed in the perfume of love and the hand in which it's offered. It makes you realize you finally found the place where you belong. Coming in with the energy of 11, balance, justice, initiation, complete. Well, Godspeed.